people of God. This is me, Abraham, talking from Manchester, just sharing a little bit of the Word of God. If we go to 1 Corinthians from chapter 1, verse 25 to 27, this is part of a bit of word that came to my heart, I feel like sharing to you. It goes like this: For the foolishness of God is wiser than man's wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than man's strength. Brothers, think what you were before you were called. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were influential. Not many were noble birth. But God chose the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. God chose the weak things of the world to shame the strong. Today, I want to challenge the people that ask, where is God? I want to challenge people that are actually seeking God, or some of you that use that the unseeableness of God to be as an excuse for you to run away from Him. Many people seek God, yet He is everywhere. Many people seek God, yet He is in every single scenario that you can see Him, if you wanted to see Him. Think of God like this, like a celebrity. If God was a celebrity, He would not be, or if any celebrity that you know, right? He would not be a person, someone that just goes out there in town and shows himself to everyone, and everyone will be distracting, taking pictures, having signatures of him and all that taken off. But that's not the case. God chose a way where He can be found. God chose a way where He can be cherished, where He can be, and that is where we not thinking of, right? In these days are days of knowledge, days of internet, right? And anything that you can, you've got a question for, you can just go Google it, find it there, right? If you can go to the internet, we'll find the answer to. And that has been now tricking us into thinking that we know so many things now, so that those things that we know are disproving the existence of God or the presence of God. I'm not just talking to the unbeliever. I'm talking to everyone that's using certain things as an excuse to just push themselves away from God. You have no excuse. God is a being and He has a personality. And His personality, sometimes He chooses where He wants to be found. Yet He is everywhere, but He chooses how He wants to be found. He is a being that has His own values and His own standards. God does not bend Himself down to your standards. So, where is God now? How do we find Him? Well, God's standards has happened to be a way that in a human standard is a foolishness. A way in a human standard is a weakness. And that is the spiritual realm. How would we define faith? How would we define the things of the Spirit? How would we define the things of the world? Or the unseen things that happen in our lives? Right? In most cases, maybe scientists, they will say, so for example, if you were to explain what love is, they will tell you it's a chemical reaction in your body that's happening. But we all know that life is beyond chemical reactions. We all know that faith and spiritual realms are beyond science. So, in many cases, we use science to try and disprove the existence of God. But He's there where He wants to be found. And where He wants to be found is in the way of foolishness. Foolishness of faith. It's so foolish to tell a scientist that you should blindly believe that there is the existence of God. It's so foolish to tell an unbeliever that you should blindly look into certain history that's written in a certain book, yet that should be dictating how you live your life. Yet that's where God has now chosen to be found. Now, what's your argument against it? Your argument, anything that you're going to bring against the Word of God, it's going to be in a sense of your own wisdom. God did not choose your wisdom. He chose your foolishness to be His wisdom. And if God is foolishness, is by human standard, is human's wisdom, that's how we should be seeking God, and that's where we actually find God. have the humility to lower yourself before Him and to say, you're wiser than me, even though I think you're foolish. Have the humility in front of God to say that you are stronger than me, even though I think I'm stronger. So many people think that they live in their life. So many people think that they have the power to wake up in the morning and every morning. Yet every single day is a blessing. We all say that. So many people think to have a certain level of relationship with your families, things that we cherish, they're just found. But they're from God. So have the humility. That's where God is found, you see, in humility. And He is a spirit. And He wants to be found in the spiritual things. And that's where I'm calling you today. Call yourself for God. Call yourself to find God. I need to be humiliated. I need to say to myself that I am not wise enough. I will not depend on my wisdom. I will depend in God's wisdom. Yet it sounds so foolish. Though it does, I will still depend that and I will still believe it. That is where God has. Now for the people that are seeking God, that's where God is found. Thank you so much. Bless you and I love you.